going on, Jerome's beautiful Wednesday. Happy hump day out there to those who celebrate. It's time for another Vikings news dump because birds are indeed chirping and stuff. So there's a funny photo from Vikings OTA / mandatory minicamp where it shows Ivan Pace Jr. Rocking the wind pants unzipped. Getting ready for a rep against Vikings first round pick Donovan Jackson. Ooh, it's for real. And it's forced perspective. First off, like Pace, a little bit short, but that's okay. Getting after things in year 3. But Donovan Jackson, because of forced perspective, is looking monstrous because he's closer to the cameraman. But it's funny, and it's a battle right now in the great state of Minnesota. Even though it's some overcast, a little bit of rain, but it's mainly at night. All right, and once the clouds clear up and that sun comes through, oh baby, it's a wild world because people out of state don't really know this. Minnesota is really only nice for a couple weeks, right? Obviously, fall is beautiful, but in terms of like summer weather, there's a very small section where it's not cold, it's not overly hot, and the mosquitoes haven't shown up yet. We're living it. Although the mosquitoes are starting to show up a little bit, right? But me trying to be productive, it's got an uphill battle against Minnesota patio weather because when it's sunny out, and especially when you remember how the weather can be ass, thank you, in the winter, you just try to soak up every single ray of sunshine. You need that vitamin D. How about that D, baby? All right, and just sitting on a patio, having some conversation, telling stories and lies, and with some of your buddies, maybe a cold beverage. I don't know. Lots of things going on. Also going on is the Vikings announced training camp dates for 2025, and it's coming up sooner than you think. So Al Colosi Athletic, July 26th, Saturday, July 26th, is going to be back together weekend. So we're literally 6 weeks away from Vikings football, even with OTAs off this week. 12 open practices ahead of both preseason games at home against the Texans on August 9th, as well as against the Patriots August 16th. There's also 2 joint practices August 13th and 14th on Wednesday and Thursday, respectively, ahead of that final preseason game. The 14th is going to be the last practice open to fans, and you can get tickets online, also pay for parking, all that stuff, and highly suggest getting shade. And also first padded practice very quickly. So the first training camp practice is Saturday. Sunday is off. And then July 28th, they're in pads. Get it on, baby. Let's go. Also, the famous night practice is going to be on Monday, August 4th, that Monday ahead of the first preseason game. So it's coming up, man. Like, summer is short because everyone else's summer basically spoken for. Like, there's something every single weekend. Then before you know it, the pads are clack-a-lacking. We're so back, baby. That's right. Also, speaking of back, the Vikings playing in Dublin against the Steelers week 4. We're going to whoop Aaron Rodgers' ass in 3 separate countries. McAfee, tickets for the Vikings-Steelers game in Ireland are going on sale. There's over 600,000 people waiting in the queue. Now, Croke Stadium probably doesn't hold 608,000 people, right? And this is a problem. This is a major problem, and not to get into like politics and stuff, but I'm generally small government. But if someone wants to come in, a politician, bipartisan bill, and limit these ticket resellers and bots that come in, scoop up all the tickets, and then resell them with exorbitant fees and service fees and processing fees, I think we can all get behind that. It's just ridiculous. Where the real fans, they get frozen out, right? And hell, well, what if you're an Irish football fan, an England football fan, you're coming over to see the game, and you're stuck at 270,000 or 592,000 or 608,635, right? You're trying to get tickets, but you know that they're getting scooped up by Ticketmaster or the equivalent over there in Europe, and they're all bot. This is the rise of the machines. Sarah Connor is rolling over in her shallow grave right now just seeing this. Which is like, first they buy the tickets, then they launch the nukes. It's very quick. Things will escalate very quickly. So things got to change. It's ridiculous. And right now, it's a sellout. Yeah, but you just wait. I mean, there'll be secondary and third-party tickets. Yeah. Michael McQuaid, who's an Irish NFL writer for the Steelers, which we need an Irish Vikings writer. Come on. What a day. Unprecedented demand. Ireland has made a huge statement with the 2025 NFL Dublin games. For those who haven't been lucky yet, tickets for the Hill are expected to go on sale later. So I'm guessing the Hill is that shape on the map that looks like a hill. For all of us, this is huge. Ireland's capital will put on a weekend that the league has never seen before on a worldwide stage. Let's go. Bigarla. I mean, it's going to be fun. I considered it, but I don't know. Like, I think tickets are going to be ridiculous on the resale market. I've already seen like $500, $600, $100 for nosebleeds, but it's kind of a shame, because actual football fans over there, as well as Vikings Steelers fans making the trip, Vikings fans going to do the twofer, going to Dublin, then going to London. It's just ridiculous. And we just accept it, whether it's an NFL game, NFL tickets opening up, or a concert, or whatever. It's just, Ticketmaster and all the other sites. Oh, Muscusi, let me just scoot right by you with my army of robots. Like, what chance does a humanoid have? They're on their coffee break, or smoke break. Do people smoke anymore? I feel like we should bring back smoking. I don't know, man. But people on the break just like, well, let me see if I can get a ticket for my favorite team. Oh, I can't get the ticket at face value for $85, but it's okay. I could go on one of these other sites and pay $685 after fees. Yay! I hate it. I mainly hate it because I don't own Ticketmaster. But it's all right. I digress. So the Vikings, very talented, very varied in their interests. So the question put out by the social team was, what are you expert in? Like, what do you have a lot of knowledge in? And Walter Rouse said, Legos, superhero movies, and Marvel Comics. He is basically my 5-year-old kid. He's basically Rocco. Like, Rocco and Walter Rouse, like, they would be best friends. It'd be awesome. Although DC is better than Marvel. So what I said. That's it. J.J. McCarthy, meditation, of course, right? Because I feel like at a certain point, like maybe J.J. McCarthy's shtick is going to get old, but probably not. No, he's wired different. He's a leader. He's a bit of a robot. He's a machine in a good way. He's a football psycho in the absolute best way possible. We've talked about this before, but meditation, namaste, winning multiple Super Bowls. It's going to be great. Then Max Brosmer, who, again, unemployed magician, turning tricks. Whoa. No, magician stuff, not the other thing. He knows a lot about music from the 60s and 70s. Oh, yeah. Name every single band from the 60s and 70s. Creedence does not count. Yeah. Then Ryan Kelly, which Ryan Kelly, we said this before, he looks like the corrupt small town sheriff. You know what I mean? Oh, looks like he got a busted taillight. But he's got knowledge of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I feel like he's definitely playing to the Midwest, Lake Superior, for the win. And so I like scratched the surface on this too. Like, obviously everyone knows like the song "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald," but there's some theories with that, man. And of course, everything comes down to aliens. Like, did aliens wreck the ship? I don't know. Also, if you've never been like in the middle of a Great Lake, because I was on a boat. Well, it wasn't even the middle of Lake Superior, just like a bunch of miles in where you're almost losing sight of shore. It is freaking terrifying. I mean, you think it's like, all right, so it's a freshwater lake, it's an inland lake. Like, how terrifying can it be? It's freaking terrifying. I mean, the seas and the oceans. How did explorers ever? European and Chinese explorers on those damn boats. Like, how did they sail their respective oceans, especially the Atlantic? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I got Donovan Jackson. Whoo, it's for real. He's a Greece and Roman Empire history nerd. So, probably knows a lot about the Macedonians, Alexander the Great, Philip, etc. as well. But so we've been over this before. Top 5 Roman emperors. Trajan won. because everyone loves the militant one. He oversaw the largest expanse, or the Roman at its height in terms of land. Augustus, I mean, numero uno, right? No, he's just the first. The first among equals. Okay, Augustus. Then Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. Hey, I wonder who J.J. McCarthy's favorite Roman emperor is. I wonder. It's probably Nero. And then Vespasian, Flavian Amphitheater, a.k.a. the Colosseum. He did some other things too. Also, the Flavian dynasty, I believe they did a TV show about that. I don't think it ran more than a season. It was on like Peacock or something. I think Anthony Hopkins was Vespasian, or was he Titus? Doesn't matter. But no, he was Titus in a different movie. And then Constantine, the Constantine the Great, Christian emperor, all that stuff. Hadrian Diocletian certainly would be in that mix as well. Hadrian literally built a wall. It was to regulate trade. Okay. Basically, they're like, we're never going to beat the Scots, so let's wall them off, and then the Scots can get back to fighting their real number one enemy, the Scots. That's what it comes down to, man. All right. And also, Julius Caesar doesn't count because he wasn't really an emperor. Wink, nudge. He's more of a politician and a consul. A political genius, by the way. Really good. Also, the opposite of really good. So, Poly Market Football. So they're one of those accounts that is basically just trying to drive rage bait and get clicks and get paid from Twitter and all that stuff. I refuse to call it X. I'm never gonna. But NFC North division predictions. The Bears at 1. Haven't we seen this movie before? Oh, but Ben Johnson's in there now. Okay, just because you got a BJ, all of a sudden you're being number 1. Please. How much for a ZJ? If you got to ask, you can't afford it. Lions at 2. Whatever. Vikings at 3, and then you got the greasy Green Bay Packers at 4. So obviously, at first you're upset that the Vikings are 3rd in the division, and then you realize, the Packers are dead last. What happened? Also, the 3rd place team in the North made the playoffs last year, but no. Honestly, whatever odds you can get, Vikings win the division. Jelly bean, if you know what I mean. That's right, man. Anyways, that's it. Vikings news dump for this beautiful, glorious Wednesday. Enjoy some Minnesota patio weather before it gets too hot, and then your neck, your back, your crack is just full of sweat, as well as before the mosquitoes show up in earnest. That's it. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.